Help me, Robert the Bruce. You're my only hope.
What's up, YeshGamers? Robert the Bruce here, and today I'm looking at how to use the E11. Now, this gun isn't super flashy, it doesn't have one area where it's just the greatest in the game, but it is a workhorse. The E11 is that old work truck that, if nothing else, it's just reliable. It can handle itself in close quarter situations, really shines at mid-range, and is capable in long-range battle as well. Now let's look at a few ways to maximize what it can do while staying away from using it in a way that will get you killed. Now the E11 isn't the fastest firing weapon in the game, but it's not the slowest either. At close range, just like with most blasters, you definitely want to hip fire. This lets you strafe and dodge enemy fire, which will be crucial to winning an up-close battle when you're going up against a weapon that is built for that scenario, like the SE-14C. Now once they get a little ways out though, aim down those sights and go for headshots. Now I know, it may seem silly to say that because you always want to go for headshots, right? Well, with some weapons that's easier said than done, but the E11 has a nice smooth rate of fire, so you really need to make each shot count. Aiming in the mid-chest to head area will help your shots be all that they can be and drop enemies fast. Now at longer range, be mindful of the gun overheating and don't get carried away holding down full auto just because you can. Fire off a few shots, but if you start to feel like your blaster shots are going wild or your aim is just getting a little out of hand, back off the trigger for a second and refocus on the target. You can always duck behind cover if needed, but since the E11 handles itself quite nicely at range, this often won't be necessary, especially if the enemy isn't focused on you. And because this weapon is so versatile, I'm not going to focus as much on a specific class setup that suits it the best, because frankly, there are a lot of different ways you can play with this gun. Instead, I want to encourage you to do your best to keep enemies around the mid-range area in terms of distance. The E11 really rocks in this area. It'll let you easily drop guys running close quarters weapons, and you'll stack up very well against enemies using just about anything else. Now the sights are very clear at mid-range, and the zoom is just enough to help you focus on the target without zooming too much and making it confusing. Now another thing to remember is to lead your targets. In Battlefront, once an enemy is even a little ways off, if they're running perpendicular to you, you've got to lead them. The E11 blaster shots don't travel incredibly fast, so lead the enemy depending on how far away they are, and you'll ensure that you drop them before they really know what's going on. Now lastly, keep an eye on your weapon's heat. After dropping 2 enemies at full auto, you'll be really close to overheating, so be ready to time that quick cooldown or duck behind cover. Obviously, running a jetpack gives you another option when you need to get out of dodge quickly. Now, if you've got a specific setup that really rocks with the E11, please toss it in the comments below. I love finding out new ways to use guns that I like, and the E11 is always on the short list of weapons I choose. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
We are halfway there. May the